for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to the Tube Tribune. I'm your host today, diving into the world of TV and bringing you all the latest scoop. The Handmaid's Tale star O.T. Fagbenle is breaking down the final scene between June and Luke, and we've got the inside scoop. So, let's dive in. O.T.'s co-star, Elisabeth Moss, told the Tube Tribune that their final conversation was one of hope, and it felt like they were flirting with each other, like they had crushes. But what does O.T. make of it all? For O.T., Luke and June have finally arrived at their most authentic place yet. They're bonded by a mission to save Hannah, and nothing can ever break that connection. So they can't ever be apart from each other on the most profound of levels, he explains. Now, we know that getting Hannah out wasn't going to be the ending for The Handmaid's Tale, thanks in part to Margaret Atwood's follow-up novel, The Testaments. But O.T. reveals that the show's creators had a clear game plan from the start. The game plan was pretty clear, he says. We're not about representing a view of the world where everything is going to work out okay. That's not the point of it. Instead, the show is stoic in its portrayal of a world that can be rough on you and those you love. Luke ends up being a hero, evolving from a character who is struggling to cope with his surroundings to one who becomes calm and confident in the face of danger. He has hardness in him now, O.T. explains, which he didn't have before. But what does this mean for Luke's future? O.T. says that Luke will be part of a guerrilla warfare movement, fighting against Gilead with June by his side. The question is, how will they work together to get Hannah back? Some fans might see the dynamic between Luke and Nick as a love triangle, but O.T. disagrees. Luke and June are bonded by flesh and they're bonded by love, he says, so they can't ever be apart from each other on the most profound of levels. It's clear that Luke and June will be reunited in The Testaments, which is currently in production. But what about Luke's role? O.T. admits that he hasn't had any conversations about his character's future yet. While some changes have been made to the timeline for TV adaptation, fans will still be able to roughly time it out by observing Hannah's age. Now, we know that O.T. is going through a range of emotions as The Handmaid's Tale comes to an end. But he tells us that finishing the show on a high note has been a huge relief. I'm so awash with gratitude for the show, he says. It's hard to see my grief for it through that. He thanks the incredible team who worked on the show and feels celebratory about bringing 6 amazing seasons to life. Finally, we're left wondering, what does The Handmaid's Tale say about our current world? O.T. believes that the show can help galvanize people into thinking, hey, let's make the world better. Let's do better for our kids. That's all for today, folks. Thanks for joining us on the Tube Tribune for this special episode.